Hello. I see there are side chat comments already, but I'm seeing there are 0 viewers. I don't quite know how that works out, but hey, maybe they were here and they left. But anyhow, I'm here. I'm a couple minutes early because, as I said in the lead-in or the description, whatever the hell that's called, um, I might get called away at an instant and have to end abruptly. And another reason for why I got to get this started and get underway is because I noticed that the Welsh News Network will be coming on at 3:30 my time, and since a lot of people that visit here also watch there, I would hate to have people have to choose between their favorite channel to watch. And plus, when I end this, I've made it actually so people will get bumped over there because I figured out how to do that finally. Uh, Before the main event, I'll just say since I usually, or been twice in the past, have done day drinking during these streams, I will be imbibing from an alcoholic beverage or an alcoholic beverage. It is once again, this is iced coffee with once again something from Ocean's Daughters Distillery, so mermaid booze again. But as you can see, I've been drinking this, unlike the last time where I just drank it completely unknown as to what it was going to be because I couldn't wait. I got 2 bottles of this. This one is the coconut cream liqueur, 17% alcohol, 34 proof, and then the other one is mint chocolate liqueur. Um, but this one I really like. When I'm done with it, I'm hoping that they do mail order so I can get another bottle, but time will tell because I don't know that I really want to drive down to Aberdeen every time I need to restock my mermaid booze. Anyhow, on to the main topic. Since hello, whoever it is that's watching out there. I don't know who you are yet, but maybe I'll find out if you say something. So, I was reading headlines and reading the news and reading some the first parts of articles, and one headline that caught my eye. Let's see if I can successfully share, unlike last time. Come on. Or not. Hmm. There and there. And there. There. What on earth? That's not right. Well, it looks like a good part of this stream we spent on me tech failing. All right, let's try that again. Stop sharing. Share screen. Share screen. Aha. All right, so speaking of interruptions, that one I can ignore. Come on, dismiss. It'll dismiss itself eventually. Okay, so reading articles, blah blah blah, and let's do this. Hopefully this will work. Yes, it looks like it's working. It's working. Maybe. Maybe. All right. There we go. And that might even be legible for you guys out there as I go through the article. So as I kept reading this, I may have oversold the overall point, but I think in the long run, we can add India to the nations where creationists and flat earthers and folks with what is generally viewed as these days as non-conventional beliefs in non-conventional scientific theories. Because and also we should celebrate this on another level because uh, the next thing I'm pretty sure is going to happen, and that's not what I wanted to do. But regardless, India is has legally changed the curriculum in their schools to go back to a more traditional view of the world and how things came to be. And so I'm fairly certain, if it's not already in the curriculum, as something that will be taught and no alternatives will be taught, I suspect this is soon to make a comeback, which is the world turtle. That's the belief that the world rests on the back of a turtle, which is flying through space. Well, if the world rests on four elephants, gigantic elephants who are standing on the back of gigantic turtles, or a gigantic turtle which is making its way through space. Because they've changed their curriculum, and now, of course, I can't find my way back to the. Boy. Wow. Glad nobody's watching because I'm screwing up more than usual here, but on the replay, people can point and laugh and otherwise watch me fail because I have no idea where the article now went. Well, let's get a world turtle image up there just for fun. So we have that later on. Image a new tab. And let's see if I can. What I did was click away from the article by mistake. Nope, I did not. I just lost the article. Well, there it is. Okay, so there's Charles Darwin, because that's one of the people that are now not to be taught in school. Yes, space is fake. The world turtle and the four giant elephants, though, is quite real because we can point to North American, uh, Northwest, American Northwest native tribes that believed in the world turtle, and and Hindus believed in the world turtle. Therefore, it must be so. But the article that got me thinking on these terms. Um, Crucial science topics. Oh, I should have put Austin's. And hey, Austin, welcome. You're the only person that's here today, even though Surrender Monkey and Churchill POS were in the side chat talking literally 2 minutes before I came on. Don't know where they went, but they left. Um, so anyhow, article, which comes to us by way of a uh, writer in India for Deutsche Welle. So it's a Indian writing for a German media outlet that got aggregated into MSN. So, crucial science topics will no longer be taught to a large swath of Indian students, according to new government guidance. Most young learners in India will no longer be exposed to key scientific topics in school textbooks, unless they voluntarily major in science in higher classes. On June 1, India cut a slew of foundational topics from 10th grade textbooks including the periodic table of elements, Darwin's theory of evolution, the Pythagorean theorem, sources of energy, sustainable management of natural resources, and contribution to agriculture to the national economy, among others. Uh, since things like source of energy and sustainable management of natural resources is a moving target, I guess one can raise arguments with that. But the periodic tables, really? Anyhow, onward. And when I actually read the full article this last night, finally, um, I'm a little disappointed because I was hoping that we could add India to the list of nations that would welcome uh, the people who, a welcoming environment for people who subscribe to the flat Earth theory. Um, because that is, of course, them reclaiming their traditional beliefs and rejecting that which was imposed upon them by the evil British colonialists. Let's see. A small section explaining Michael Faraday's contribution to scientific understanding electricity and magnetism has also been removed. Well, Austin, I think that's, yeah, okay. Uh, that works in English. Does that work in other languages? It's a creative idea, I'll grant you, but all right. So even as thousands of scientists across the country protested the decision to slash evolution last month, it did not deter India's National Council of Educational Research and Training, NCERT, the public body that designs curriculum and textbooks, from expanding its list of omitted topics. These changes effectively block a major swath of Indian students from exposure to evolution through textbooks because its 10th grade is the last mandatory science classes that are offered in Indian schools. All right, Austin. If this article ultimately gets in, if I misread it and we do get into the uh, traditional Hindu beliefs in the structure of the planet reality, then we can talk more about that. So, because yeah, I am granting I was wrong. They didn't go quite where I thought they were going. But these changes means that only the students that will learn evolution under these new cuts are those who have opted to major, quote unquote, in biology in their final 2 years. Students who opt for a different topic like commerce, computer science, or humanities will not have that opportunity. Because people that major in computer sciences don't need to know anything about the periodic table. Or physics at all. Let's see. In a statement, the council rationalized the reduction by stating they wanted to reduce the content load on students in the light of the COVID-19 pandemic. Defending its decision to chop off evolution and the periodic table, the council said that children not have studied the same concepts at different stages, and it needs to be done at an appropriate stage. Pretty sure I was aware of the existence of the periodic table before the 10th grade, but I could be misremembering. Outside of science, topics such as democracy and governance have also been severely diluted. Scientists fear this overall move to expunge some of these fundamental topics will facilitate a climate ripe for superstition. Will facilitate a climate ripe for superstition and unreason to fester. Okay. Yeah, which takes me back around to them reclaiming the more traditional view of the universe as well. In 2018, which would be prior to the COVID-19, it's interesting how COVID-19 and all the various ill-advised lockdowns are being used to is still being used to further uh, ideas that will just make the peasants stupider and easier to control. It's just interesting how that still is going on around the world. So in 2018, Indian Minister for Higher Education, and I'm going to butcher his name. Oh, I'm not. It's actually easy. Satyapal Singh baffled the scientific community by demanding that the theory of evolution be removed from school curriculum because no one ever saw an ape turning into a human being. Other political leaders from the ruling um, Bharatiya Janata Party came to his defense on social media. Hey, ZXL. Hey, Liz. Yeah, that matches that actually matches what I thought, Liz. And Mr. Singh needs to look up the meaning of the word theory when it comes when they're using it in the terms of science. But back to the article, since I don't want to be too chilly like and insert too much of my opinion into the factual news. Shortly after this Tower of Intellect said that no one ever saw an ape turning into a human being, therefore the theory of evolution must be removed. The Indian National Science Academy, INSA, the Indian Academy of Science, INESC, and the National Academy of Sciences India, NASI, that's NASI, NASI, issued a joint statement. It would be a retrograde step to remove the teaching of the theory of evolution from school and college curricula, or to dilute this by offering non-scientific explanations or myths. They added that the evolutionary theory to which Darwin made seminal contributions is well established. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it is. Uh, I'll freely admit I have two bachelors in humanities fields, English with a creative writing emphasis, and film studies. So I'm about as far from a scientist as you can become. Uh, so I just read stuff and I have to take it at, well, not quite face value, but I have to assume that people that are smarter out there than me. Which we're now getting to, the people that are smarter than me, apparently. While fields like astrology have always slipped in and out of fashion in India, research institutions are seeing increased funding toward the exploration of pseudoscientific topics. One that caught the public attention was the call for research proposals on the medical benefits of cow urine. On multiple occasions, Hindu groups have spread false information about the benefits of cow urine, including claims that it cures COVID-19. Scientists look to the streets in India to counter claims. So I should probably have done research on controlled studies regarding the health benefits of cow urine and how it cures COVID-19. And there's actual news coverage of that. But let's continue with the article. Fields such as, I have no idea what that is. Let me find out because it seems like it's important. Because they've been receiving concessions in the practice of medicine in recent years, they say. So let's get educated. So Ayurveda, the ancient art of healing. It's an ancient system of medicine that originated in India, means knowledge of life. It's an alternative medicine system with historical roots in India. They 80% of the population report using it. So I'm gonna guess it's like eat carrots because it'll help your vision. That sort of those sorts of truisms. Although, like so many other things, people take it too far, I would guess. So seems like faith healing. And I got too many darn windows open, so now I can't find. There we go. All right, so homeopathy have been receiving concessions in recent years, while the Indian Council of Agricultural Research has embarked on projects to promote spiritual farming, quote unquote. And they've been using the tag agriculture with a soul is essential for sustenance. In 2015, a paper was presented at the Indian Science Congress claiming that ancient Indian rishi had given detailed guidelines for making aircraft 7,000 years ago. I think these are the planes that work on that Earth that is being um, I'll put a link to the article when I'm done with the stream, because one reason why connection. Uh, so yeah, lines for making aircraft 7,000 years ago. Those are the ones that work on flat Earth that travels through space, or elephants, which are on the back of the giant. Like, in that paper, the then Science and Technology Minister Harsh Vardhan, although the Greeks got the credit, Greeks don't have enough research to know what came first, but it could be simultaneous. Uh, cultures different. Early, because at midnight I'll be doing something different, and I wanted to come on just one more time this week, uh, just to say hi to everybody, and because I wanted to get the news out there that it looks like there's another place for uh, people who subscribe to flat Earth theory. They can engage in sort of a passport bro kind of activity, and it looks like India is a place to do that. It hasn't gotten that far just quite yet, but it's during that ceremony, Minister Narendra Modi Hindu scriptures as proof that plastic surgery exists. I'm hoping guys all got invited to be guests on Coast to Coast, because I think they'd fit right in. So all of this has been getting sharp criticism from scientific evolutionary biology. Responded on Twitter, calling the cuts from the curriculum that I talked about above a tragic affront to India's secular beginning, blaming them on leaders' religious beliefs. Let's see. Almost 2,000 stakeholders by the society. SS. Uh, hopefully that has different. Hopefully there's an Indian name with different initials. It's a campaign based out of Calcutta, India, demanding the reinstatement of evolution in secondary school textbooks. Yeah, I should probably, yeah. And I'm getting the message. I just thought I'd push through, hoping that it wasn't as bad as it looked like at my end, but I guess it is. Am I still completely uh, unintelligible, or is it coming and going? We'll make that bigger. So I'll just wait until someone can try. Talking to myself, or well, I ain't talking to myself. It's gonna get worse again now because I just got the message. Because yeah, when this is happening, no way is gonna work. It's gonna be So maybe the giant whirl is the of truth and justice. Um, yeah, the audio is more important than it's. Basically, I'm just reading the article and making snarky comments on it. So I can't really share knowledge as much as I wanted to today, instead of just being the normal goofball. Because I, for one, am always disturbed when I see governments put. Okay, this is. Let me just give up on the shared screen and see if that helps. All right, let's see here. How do I do that now? We go here. We go back here, and we say stop sharing. And then we'll see if that works. If that gets better, then I'll just read, and you guys won't get to see the article. You'll just have to take my word for it. I'm trustworthy, right? I didn't spend a decade and a half and professionally making up stuff for a living and do it as a hobby now. No, I'm a completely trustworthy source. Let me know if that's better. Then if it is, I'll continue. Because in theory, we have half an hour until um, I think you guys should all go over and see what Welch News has to offer. But let me know if that improved everything. Other than now you're looking at my ugly face. That's the one drawback. Now, if the audio is better, that's the most important thing. Made you spit out your coffee? Okay. All right. So maybe it's MSN that's upset that I'm trying to share their article. Or the Indian government that's getting in the way. So I will just read. You guys won't be able to see, but I'll put the link in the bottom to make so you guys can see that I'm not distorting anything in the article. So the BSS Society, or the BS Society, Breakthrough Science Society, BS Society. No, Cap. Facebook timed me out. I have to apparently renew the every couple of months. I've got to tell Facebook yes, I want to remain connected. So they've been out of the picture for a while. I didn't even feed this to Twitter. This is just strictly to YouTube today. Because I was trying to see what it was that's causing the one of your streams is having issues problem, and according to my internet thing, I've got full signal strength, so it must be something at YouTube. They are trying to silence me. They are doing this. Although they further reiterated that the scientific community worries that students will remain seriously handicapped in their thought process if deprived of exposure to this fundamental scientific discovery. Yeah, it makes no sense to me that you would uh, that that you would try um, that you'll get rid of the periodic table of all things, or just yeah, this is a recipe for a theocracy a la Iran and places like that, in my opinion, just with Hindus in charge. Hey, Aish. Well, yeah, we can certainly try that, Liz. Let's see. They further reiterated community worries that students will remain handicapped. Knowledge and understanding of evolutionary biology is important not just to any subfield of biology, but also key understanding of the world around us. Yep. TV Venkateswaran, a senior scientist for Vigyan Prasar, an autonomous body of the Indian government that works in science popularization, expressed similar thoughts to Deutsche Welle in an interview. He said that science education to all Indian students commonly gets to class 10, and that's instrumental in helping them develop perspectives about the world. Yeah. And yeah, and I still think that fifth or sixth grade is where I first saw the periodic table. Um, I am promoting in Aish. I am promoting India as a haven for um, creationists and flat earthers, because that is what their educational curricula seems to be heading toward. Um, like this guy from the government, for example, the periodic table is not only tells you everything that is made. Well, you know what? Actually, what I should do this. Uh, Although I don't know if that then breaks your connection completely to, but that's basically a link to the article that I'm going over. If you want to double check what I'm saying. So, a scientist works for the Indian government who may not have a job much longer, all things considered. For example, the periodic table not only tells us that everything is made of atoms, but why certain elements behave a certain way, how their atomic structure contributes to it. It tells you that you and all other humans are made of the same kind of material that behaves the same way, and no one is more special. Well, actually, humans and just other living life forms. Set fire to a human and set fire to a dog, you get the same basic result. Um, that was a bad example, but that's what popped into my head. Because here we go. When you see a chemical reaction in nature, you don't think it magical. You know it's physical. Uh, or you think the world is on the back of four elephants on the back of a giant turtle, and it's a flat disk traveling through space as the turtle slowly moves. Some elements are inert, others are reactive, both because of their electronic structure. And yeah, here I go editorialized in the middle of the guy's quote. What I said I wasn't going to do because that really bugged me when Cholito was reading reports. Let's see. In 2017, scientists across India held a March for Science to protest the rampant spread of superstitious beliefs and the center's implicit endorsement of many of them. The government did not respond. The center refers to that uh, thing that was referred to above. Um, but yeah. So there's a conflict between religion and evolution, they say. Many conservative religious groups and states around the world have struggled or refused to accept scientific evidence for evolution. Okay, thank you, Liz. Since I've never actually tried clicking on those links, I probably should. Well, because when I click on it, all it does is it's asked me to whether I want to put it up on the screen or not. A fundamental concept in evolution is that all life forms, including humans, have a common ancestor. Although it's strongly backed up by scientific observation, the theory directly contradicts many religions that says humans were deliberately created by a supernatural being. And Aish, that's actually kind of where I come from. Um, and I actually like a mixture of the two. And I'm not trying to I'm not trying to say it was aliens, but but no, you can just look at the way we guide the purposefully guide the direction of you know of animals. You know, breed particular types of cattle, breed cats for a particular type of um, fur. Plants, we cross pollinate plants that don't normally work together, and we get a third plant. Um, we do it in we do it in laboratories. So um, yeah, that's really that's my issue with the whole flat Earth thing, because I actually have looked out the window of a plane, and you if you're up high enough, you actually can see the Earth bend. I've also driven down long straight highways in Arizona, in Africa. Well, I guess technically it's the Middle East, but it's whatever. Long, very long straight roads. And yeah, there's heat haze. Maybe that's why they disappear, but they are you just don't see the road going off until the vanishing point. You know, to bring in an artist direct. But just I guess people can misinterpret. Rubbish. People can interpret what they see in different ways, I suppose. But yeah, and Aish says if everything was calculated out, then the result would be a perfect scientific outcome. So then explain why all the scientific explanations out there. Not everything goes according to plan. No, that is certainly true. Even my comment about breeding things and cross-pollinating plants and all the other stuff that we get up to don't always work out the way we intend them to. Um, but I guess the that is explained by what is the phrase for that? It's a clockwork deity, uh, God or whoever just set things in motion and then uh, went to binge God, went to binge Friends. Um, and other philosophies describe it as well. That's free will. Every being in the world has free will, and that's why things get all messed up because we don't follow God's plan. All right. So many American states. See, I'm not just this. This is just gone on India. Oh, I didn't realize this. The last one on this list, I didn't know. Many American states, including Texas, Tennessee, Kansas, and Pennsylvania, have had their tiff with evolution. Serbia, Poland, and the Netherlands have also had issues with teaching evolution in schools. Wonder how recent the thing in the Netherlands is. Um, in 2017, Turkey dropped the theory of evolution. Saudi Arabia, Oman, Algeria, and Morocco have also banned the teaching of evolution completely. In Egypt and Tunisia, evolution is presented as an unproven hypothesis. Actually, I personally think it's far worse to get rid of the periodic table and uh, kind of the basics of geometry. I think that's far worse to get rid of in schools than the theory of evolution. But um, so yeah, when I put out the sort of little teaser titles for this headline for this stream, I hadn't quite gotten to the end of the article, so they haven't quite made the four elephants on the back of the world turtle carrying uh, the flat Earth on their back, moving slowly through space. They haven't quite enshrined that as the official and acceptable explanation to the universe, but it's, it's going there. Yeah, yeah, that's the same story that can't quite explain why it's a big secret that the Earth is flat. What is the benefit? Why? What is the benefit to that hoax, if it is a hoax? Um, Certainly not controlling the masses because you could probably bring up the flat Earth in school. It's not part of the curriculum, but I don't know that it's banned. Well, yeah, that would be well. Space must be some solid surface that the turtle is moving across. Uh, but that's a very good question. Let's see what the all wise, all knowing uh, internet has to say about that. What supports the world turtle? Now, what is the world turtle? What is the world turtle moving across? Okay, world turtle. Let's look up the world turtle. See if anyone has thought that one all the way through. I will be shocked if somebody has. Um, so let's see here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Ah, here we go. John Locke actually brought this up. Um, so, calling the constitutional law scholar, calling the constitutional law scholar. So, when he says that the world was on an elephant, which is on a tortoise, but then what gave support to the broad-backed tortoise? The person that John Locke was talking to replied something. He didn't know what that was. So it's crawling across something, but no one has really tried to think hard and long enough to figure out what that is. Um, so that's India. The Chinese also believe in a version of that theory, which I'm vaguely familiar with. But I thought it was they cut the legs off of turtles, and the world is resting on that. Is what I thought. Some god did that, if I remember correctly. Yep, here we go. The creator of reality cut the legs off a giant sea turtle and used them to prop up the sky. Um, After Gong Gong damaged where the mountain that supported the heavens. I'm not going to butcher that, but so the flat Earth rests on the severed legs of the giant turtle in Chinese beliefs. But what are those legs standing on? That's then the question. Maybe they're standing on that mountain. It's not explained in the Chinese myths. Oh yeah, even we don't. It was all created out of whole cloth, according to some theories. Uh, and then the North American uh, Indian tribes or Native American tribes that believe in some of the something very similar to the world turtle. The Hurons have that. Um, Let's see if they can. If they give me any details, I have to go looking. Yeah, when there's earthquakes and when the sun gets darkened, it's because the great turtle that upholds the earth is moving, and therefore its shell moved in front of the sun and deprived the world of sight. Actually, I'll give these guys credit. At least they tried to explain solar and lunar eclipses by the movement of the world turtle. And there's actually several of the North American Indian uh, cultures that believed in uh, the world turtle idea. The great turtle, they called it, that the world is on the back of the great turtle. Uh, but yeah, there's no real, actually, I don't see an explanation as to what that turtle is on. Although philosophers have come up with an idea. It's turtles all the way down. So the world turtle is standing on a world turtle, which is standing on a world turtle, which is standing on a world turtle, and so on and so forth. Just infinite regress into infinity. Well, I'll give the Norse a little more credit than some of these other beliefs about the world. At least their world tree has roots. There is a foundation to the universe in the Norse beliefs, at least, because the world tree is rooted. But yeah, what is this? What is a giant turtle on? Nobody knows. Nobody has thought about it. So yeah, my prediction is in a few years you'll be able to do passport bro style expeditions to India, where if you're a flat earther, you can do a passport bro, because this has been going on for about since 2015 at least. Um, so if anyone interested, and yep, so it's so DXL Master proof of the flat Earth. It's turtles all the way down, but how do the turtles eat? Uh, Dark matter. They eat dark matter. Um, and Surrender Monkey, what sneaky buggers? I saw you and uh, the Church of POS talking, and I came on literally a minute after your last comment, and you weren't here. So you snooze, you lose. Oh, you didn't really miss anything because I was having all kinds of tech issues, and who knows if whether most of what I said ever went out there. So anyhow, now we know. Oh, I lied. It looks like the Indian belief is only one elephant on the back of the turtle, and it's a tortoise, not a turtle. Oh, you guys were here yesterday talking? Okay, okay. Hey, Shiz. Happy to see you. Since I've seen you on panels over at Masshole Report and Coded Friend and a couple other places. Welcome, welcome to this tiny little channel. I appreciate. It's an omnipotent, omnipresent sea turtle, and yeah, I'm having a lovely Saturday. Uh, So far, the only contact I've gotten was one I could very easily ignore. I agreed to a few things at work which are throwing my life into chaos. Um, so, but another couple hours and I will be in the clear. Space tortoises can be space tortoises. Well, except space doesn't exist, at least according to some of the flat Earth theories. Space is a hoax. So, if there's no space, then the giant uh, tortoise can't be walking through space. But so, yeah, they haven't gone quite so far as to enshrine flat Earth theory as the only acceptable idea about Earth and physics and reality around us, but I think they're heading that way. But yeah, there's no one that well, at least I don't know of anyone that gets violently upset when flat earthers are being flat earthers, and vice versa. So at least not in the, not around here. So in this country, they're not being oppressed yet. But yeah, Shiz, you're for a weird one today. Weird, and it's not the usual thing that I do. But at least I brought John Locke into it, so that's something. Yeah, yeah. It's in an essay concerning human understanding is where Locke got into the uh, giant space turtle notion and asking what is the giant space turtle walking on. Is that news near Omaha? I really don't know. Um, I really don't know whether he was a flat earther or not, but certainly a passport bro. So he might be one. He might be an early adopter of. If he is a flat earther, he will be probably an early adopter of my new venture, passport bro type activities for flat earthers. Uh, oh well, yes. Yes, I think you got me there. That is definitely flat Earth. I think we also can agree that parts of Africa is flat Earth. But as far as time not existing, ZXL, I certainly wish that was the case. I wouldn't have to get up to go to work at a particular time. But the fact that that the ice cubes in my wonderful beverage here are now much smaller than they were 45 minutes ago, and the fact that I have to keep watching the clock so I can make sure all you guys get over to Welsh News on time. I think that pretty much means time exists both as an observable phenomenon as something that actually happens. That and whenever I break something, it takes time to heal. He threw himself out of a channel this week and unsubscribed because of two flat earthers. Uh-oh. Um, we do have Austin that comes around here every so often. He was here earlier. Um, he he educated us and then he moved on. Um, although the lesson was even less comprehensible than ever because something about planet and airplane and take the T off of planet and there's a secret meaning to airplane. Um, but yes, Stan is also correct. Obviously, the giant space turtle is walking on the Planck plane that underpins all of quantum existence. That's very scientific. But yeah, see? Well, I guess you can't really see, but my ice cubes are now pretty much gone. Um, yep. Well, I don't know how that explains people in Washington not being able to drive since we've got hills and mountains all over the damn place. And people here, well, maybe not in eastern Washington so much. Time is an illusion. Lunchtime doubly so. Or during lunchtime, definitely. All right, let's see. Yeah, I can't click on links, unfortunately. All I can do is put them up there for other people to see. So, well, actually, if I probably go to my channel, I can click on links. YouTube, let's see, the argument for time not existing. We've got 3 more minutes, or thereabouts. My channel, turn down the volume, find ZXL Masters link, there it is, click on it, let's see what it does. So Astrom has made a book, whoever Astrom is. Stan, yes. In fact, I broke down and tried all of them, or both of them. See, this bottle is now almost empty. I've been trying them so much. Haven't really gotten around to doing a live stream drinking them, but yes, I've tried it. And it is very good, very tasty. In fact, I'm hoping that when my bottles are empty, oh, I see what the guy's theory is about time not existing. Yeah, I'll have to watch this video later. But yeah, I'm laughing at Cap's comment that yes, that's it. It's just mysteriously evaporated. Although I could have behaved like a teenager and poured milk in those bottles and pretended that I was still trying it for the first time live online. Um, so, Christopher never got the flat Earth. You lived with Grumman and Fairchild, worked or was located, and they had NASA contracts, and a friend's father built the lunar module landing gear. Ah, okay. I'm going to say this very quietly now so they don't hear us, okay? Your friend's father built it, not your father. Do you know that that was in fact your friend's father? Do you know for sure that even your friend wasn't some plant from the government keeping keeping the truth about the world hidden? No, you don't know that. So yeah, I wouldn't rely on that. No, 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 no. Um, okay. Uh, no, I, I agree with you, Christopher. I like it as something to play with. Um, in a fictional sense, I like to hear people's arguments for it. Unfortunately, so many of them descend into just nonsense and conspiracies that they lose me, especially when it's things like there's some message in, they're called an airplane, which means it's plane, it's flat. And if you look at planet, you take away the T, it's plane. And okay, that might work in English, might work, I think, in Greek as you speak it, but it won't work in other languages, I don't think. Um, so yeah, what this bit right here? Well, it's realistic because it is. I mean, I'm being perfectly honest here, and I got to be very careful because they might be listening. And if I disappear tomorrow, you'll know that it's them. All right, it's them. Just know this. All right. Okay. All right. Was that the bit you were referring to? um, you have to prove they talk shit. Well, yeah. Well, they don't prove that people who are saying that the Earth is. So is that the new theory for why it's such a big secret? Um, the Earth is an infinite plane of flatness, and there's a giant ice wall that's keeping us imprisoned, and beyond the giant ice wall is paradise. Is that again? That's actually kind of something that I could play with in a fictional sense. Um, Actually, wait, I have played with that in a fictional sense. I saw this. It's either a title or an illustration of some people going up. Oh yeah, no, it was a combination of this old painting of a caravan with camels and stuff, and the Mr. McKenna song, and I combined that into that. Yeah, there was indeed a world beyond this space that these this group lived in, and now the overlords and the gods are going to move them into that space. Yes, those penguins. They are the people underestimate those horrible beasts. In fact, they might be coming. The penguins are coming for me, given everything that I've said today on this stream. Uh, um, but yes, actually, yeah, they claim penguins are birds. That's another conspiracy. They lie about the nature of penguins. Penguins aren't birds. They're some sort of if they're not mechanical being, they're some strange hybrid that was created by the lizard people. Uh, I haven't researched that far enough to really want to. We don't need to keep that secret. I don't need to whisper it to you guys because the lizard people know that the penguins aren't mechanical, so I can get away with putting that out there. Uh, I'll have to develop what penguins really are. So put that out there as a conspiracy and see if it takes on. Um, but on that note, I think. Oh, oh, the platypus. I can explain. I have information about the platypus that I'll have to reveal in a different stream. Um, let's see. Oh my God, that's right. Well, well, yeah, that could be true. I mean, I do find Sovereign Soul to be entertaining and interesting. Um, but yes, he does go off into the area of crazy as well, um, or nonsensical. Not really crazy, just nonsensical in my mind. But yes, the penguins, they're actually the guardians and enforcers of the secrets of not only the lizard people but also the Greys and the alien race referred to as the Nordics. So they all they all they all have shared the penguins, and it goes all the way back to Atlantis. Actually, the penguins were also the guardians of Atlantean secrets. But with that revelation, uh, yep, platypus is Darwin's grab bag, and it's proof that God has a sense of humor. It's also true, and it could also be that the there was an intern in the lizard people lab that was trying to make penguins, and that's what they came up with. And it escaped. Well, and of course we can't even prove that platypuses really exist because Australia doesn't actually exist. That's just another thing to trick us. Oh, he has? I didn't know that. It's been a while since I've had a chance to look at any of his stuff. He popped up on my opening screen. He was doing a live where he was at a campfire or something, and I'm gonna go back and watch it when I have a minute. But oh wait, speaking of minutes, oh, I should wrap this up so everyone that wants to go watch Welsh News Network doesn't feel like they are going to make me cry. So I am going to wrap this up, guys. Thank you very much for coming. And yeah, Liz, I actually, in the back of my mind, today, for whatever reason, a Ghostbustery kind of spiritualist game supplement has been rattling around in my head that I was going to do once I got the Blue Beetle thing done, but which I'm going to work on when I'm done with this. But now, now I'm thinking more about penguins as the guardians of the dark secrets of the overlords. Yeah, Aish. Partly because of the stuff I got myself roped into at work, I haven't really had time to goof around much with Guild Wars 2 or doing anything creative. So, but it's coming. It's coming. Surrender Monkey's not drunk enough for WNN? Geez, didn't you see the schedule? You should have started drinking early, man. But okay, and plus, I also want to see that this even works, because I've never tried to uh, program the stream so when it closes, it moves people over. So I'm going to actually see that happen with myself now that I've logged on to the stream. And my God, do I look terrible when I look at myself on screen? Holy moly! But okay. So again, I really thank you guys for coming by, especially now that I'm seeing what you guys subject yourselves to. So, yep, penguin protectors. That is an idea that I have just fallen in love with, even if it was come up as a complete side lark. Um, the channel with the channel with the non-existence of time or some other. I may have, I may not have, I do not remember. Sorry. So you have to remind me. Oh no, AI, no, not yet, not yet. But I did make a note. So I'm going to end this so we can all see whether we get bumped over to Welsh News Network. Thank you again, guys, for coming out, and I will see you next time. If as long as you don't fall off the edge of the earth or get taken out by penguins. see you over at WWN